Just come here periodically. So how are you?
Pretty good. Sly. Keeps coming back.
Get an old pillow?
Yeah, it could be pillow.
I had neck problems for a while. I ended up just getting a different pillow. That kind of experience. My pillow was kind of old. I'm a little on there. I don't remember. I was sharing.
It says we have 2 viewers. It says we have 2 viewers. Like, yeah, I don't have it pulled up to see if it works.
You're not getting
No, I'm right between them.
I'll just do like a low ride. No.
That's
this is
his.
Alan's, but Alan got hold of me and asked me if I would do this for him. It's okay. We're covered.
We got 4 viewers.
Don't use your finger. Get those pointers right. How are you?
So everything we say is going over the internet.
Oh.
Yeah, so don't make fun of Dave.
Okay. Don't worry, it's only me radio wow.
We're looking for a good pillow.
Okay. Yeah, anybody knows of a good place to get a good pillow for Phil's neck, please sign into Ustream and let us know. Thanks.
Hopefully the estate of Glenn Miller doesn't sue us for rebroadcasting In the Mood, or Moonlight Serenade, or whatever.
Okay, guys, I want to welcome everyone to the July 8th meeting of the New Jersey Antique Radio Club here at Bowen Hall, beautiful downtown Princeton University, on a rainy day in the evening. Thanks for coming out. I know everybody got swamped one way or another getting here, but glad we all made it. Any new faces in the crowd? I think I see a new face. Yes, sir. Stand up, sir.
North Jersey.
I'm sorry?
From North Jersey.
You're from North Jersey.
North Jersey. Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Victor.
Victor, what do you collect?
Mostly dabble. I've got some old tube radios I'm kind of playing with. And
How many do you have?
I got like 3. But the one I'm trying to restore is my mother's old one.
Where in North Jersey are you from?
Wayne, New Jersey.
Wayne? All right. We've got Joe Milano. He's a member.
I know Joe.
Yeah.
He used to work at, didn't he move to Florida? Or maybe
Not that I know.
different Joe Milano.
That's Joe
I worked with Joe Milano when I worked with ITT, became Excelis, and went on Harris. But that Joe Milano.
How'd you hear about us?
From Gary, who's sitting right next to me.
What a guy, Gary.
I know Gary for like 10, 15 years.
20 years. And you still came.
There's always going to be somebody like that. Phil. We're always going to say something. Well, I'm glad to see you, and I hope you enjoy yourself this evening. So, Gary, thanks for bringing me. You're welcome. Okay. Any other new faces? That's it? Wait a minute. Yes. I think your name is Al Walker.
That's me.
Stand up. Introduce yourself, Al.
So I'm Alan Wilkie. Actually, not really. I don't have a whole lot of antique radio stuff. I'm more of a ham radio operator. But
Oh, you got a nice Drake.
I got a nice Drake 2B. I did this.
There
summer,
you go.
Which is my,
What's your call?
I'm W280W. So, you guys asked me to come by and give a little bit of talk on oscilloscopes, how to use them, and how you might use them to kind of dig inside like an old A85 like this one here. So we'll be doing that after the meeting.
All right, Alan, thank you very much. It's very convenient having bumped into you that
Yes.
that next day.
Very good.
Get you over here. Thank you very much. Well, we're always looking for a new membership, too. Okay. On a serious note, guys, I know that, I'm sure you all know by now, charter member Jerry Simpkin passed away this past month, about 2 weeks ago now. Jerry was one of the 15 founding members of our club back in July of 1992. That's 24 years ago. You know? And I'm sure you read Marv's touching eulogy in the broadcaster. We all know Jerry. He was a good guy. He loved his paper. He loved his history. Great with the books. And of course, his wife is a member, Marcia, and all the things that she does for our club. Great lady. She's not here this evening, but I'm sure she will be very soon. So I tell you what, let's have a moment of silence for Jerry. Could you all stand up, please? Thank you. Okay, on to old business. June 15th, I attended the InfoAge Club President's Meeting. It happens about 3 times a year. And we need to report and discuss coming events for each individual club. And we report to the Colonel, as he likes to be called. And we just find out what's happening with InfoAge, and they find out where we are. We also report and document our events. We publish them at InfoAge, and they'll put them in their calendar. So it's a good point to have, and we, like I said, we do it 3 times a year. Nothing that eventful came out of it this time around, other than I asked for our lease, a copy of our lease, and it will be forthcoming. Believe it or not, we do have a lease with InfoAge for the next 10 years. All right. Now, as per our club's constitution, every year, or I should say every other year now, it's the even numbers of the year. We have elections. Now, we mentioned them in June, okay, and actually 2 months previous. There was no contested officer spots, so therefore the incumbents stand that we have in our officership. So what I'd like to do is, I know we're a little light this evening, but I'd like to have the officers of our club stand up and be noticed, and this way everybody else can see who they are, all right? So could you please stand up? I know we have, oh, thank you for standing up. Howard Clay, our treasurer. Ray Chase, treasurer. RTM, Truciario.
Trustee.
Marv, our editor. I'm sorry? Secretary, editor, / everything else. Bill Zagowski, treasurer. Everybody knows Al Clays is our technical coordinator.
Yeah, he means to say trustee when he's saying treasurer.
Bill? All right. Bill, the trustee, former president of the club for 10 years. And unfortunately, our vice president couldn't make it this evening. His wife is ill. So we do have Sal Brazindi. Did I leave anybody else out? And, oh, myself, President.
Webmaster.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, Dave's the webmaster.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave, who's in Mexico. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Webmaster is not present this evening. But thanks, Matt is running the Ustream for us. Okay, a little item on the sidebar. What was the worst terrorist attack before 9/11 in America?
Ranch Davidians.
Say it again.
Ranch Davidians. Where Clinton and John Reno shot up that ranch. And burst to death. Women and children.
Okay.
Old Bighorn.
Have somebody else?
How about that explosion outside of Jersey City around 1900? Is that it? Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
Something they called it?
Black
Tom.
Where did it happen? It happened in Al Clays' neighborhood.
Yeah. There used to be an island out there, and it had an ammo dump on it, and in the middle of the night it blew up.
Keyword being
As per a recent account, because this is the end of the month, the 30th of July, is the 100th anniversary of 1916, the Black Tom terrorist explosion. Now, what happened there, I find it really fascinating. It was one of the worst terrorist attacks on American lands before 9/11 for damage, not so much for life, but for damage. Now, you have to remember where America was in 1916, in July of 1916. The United States was basically neutral, okay, to the war, the Great War. All right? And what was happening was, even though we were neutral, we were still selling armaments to the Brits. Okay? Consequently, all of our armaments were coming as a depot at this Black Tom Island. Whether it was an island or not, I don't know. I think it was more of a peninsula, or at least that's what it is now. There were depots, factories, train cars, ships in the harbor, okay? And all at once, at 2 a.m., July 30th, one humongous explosion, well, more than one, but just a constant barrage of explosions going on for the next 3 or 4 hours. And the amount of damage was unbelievable. The noise was 6.1 on the Richter scale.
Wow.
The noise was heard in Baltimore. Shrapnel was being picked out of the arm of the Statue of Liberty. Now, how did this happen? Why did it happen? Well, it happened because since America was neutral, but yet feeding the Brits with high explosive munitions, the Germans, who were obviously at war at that time with the Brits, wanted to curtail the amount of armaments going to the Brits, knowing that they were here, this one spot, ready to join to the boats and shipped to Britain. They figured that the best thing to do was blow them up right here. Now, how was it done? It was done with cigar bombs or cigar fuses. And it's a good read. There's a few books out there on it. But, you know, cigars at one time used to come in little, like, cases. They were little wooden cases or aluminum cases, metal cases at the time. And they were making fuses out of these with a dielectric and a copper tab inside with an acid that would be some sort of a timing fuse that would cause an incendiary. All right? They would station them in some of the ships, on land, in the boxcars, and in the munition storage facilities. There were some, big warehouses. They don't know exactly how many, but just enough to do it. And it was calculated and timed. And so who did it? Well, it was German saboteurs. It happened to be, when it was found out, it was people out of the German consulate in New York. And they put this plan together. And it worked very well. All of this munitions was gone. Plus a number of people, obviously in Jersey City, were gone. And there was a lot, they really don't know the death count because there were so many at that time people living on ships and boats and barges within the harbor that they were just gone. It's totally gone. I find the most fascinating part of this story, since it is the 100th anniversary coming up, that the German government never took credit for this. Why not? They wanted the munitions to be gone, but they didn't want to incense the American people against Germany at that time. We weren't at war with them. So they didn't want to bring us into the war by blowing up Manhattan Harbor. So they never atoned to it until the late 1920s, until actually towards the time of the Hitler regime, who actually then said, yes, it was us who did it. Ha, ha, ha. So I don't know. It's a great read. If you Google it, Black Tom Island. There's been books written about it, but it just came up on a search that I did, and that it's an anniversary, 100th year anniversary. So it's just amazing that before 9/11 was the worst terrorist attack that happened on American lands, U.S. lands. So, all right, just wanted to share that with you. Okay. Any other old business? I don't have any other old business at the moment.
Well, I'm old, so I'm I just want to thank everybody that was, after the last meeting, I got a very nice card that Marcia sent.
Yes.
And lots of people signed, and thank you very much. I didn't respond because of Jerry's situation. I didn't want to sort of cover any of that up. So But thank you all for your well wishes.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I got the new parts are bolted in, literally. I mean, you know, they hammered pieces in and they screwed pieces in, and they're all done.
Did you go for the cast iron, or you went all around? You went for the titanium?
I went for the titanium.
Which titanium? This way, when you die, you have scrap value.
Very valuable piece.
Right. Hey, I'm a junk man. So when I die, you can scrap me.
The ultimate junk man. Boy, gallows humor. Leave it to us, I tell you.
It's a parade.
All right. All right, so on to new business. Listen, coming up fast, guys. July 23rd, our annual summer tailgate. It's here. It's coming. All right, I have a few reservations. I need more. You know, don't wait till the last minute. It's going to be a good one. We're joining with Omar and also the MRCA. Okay, so that'll be neat. And of course, you know, it doesn't rain, so you don't have to worry about that. Right? Since Harry's a little bit incapacitated, I'm asking Paul for some help, and anybody else who would like to help, let me know at intermission. We could always use an extra hand on relocating cars and people, directing and taking units too. That's always a nice thing. So anybody can help, you appreciate it. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. I have I don't know, something new to me anyway. This came out of CQ magazine. Ultra lightweight, long-run batteries. Okay. It's been around for a while, and these are for ham applications that Alan probably knows about. Lithium iron phosphate batteries, LiFePO4, deep cycling. They're made by the BioNO company in California. They're better than lithium-ion batteries because they don't explode and they don't give off gases. And they're able to recharge 2,000 times. And of course, they're used with their lightweight applications. You guys know about these?
I just used one at field day.
I'm sorry?
I just used one at field day.
Did you? Yeah.
It's a 7.5-hour battery that weighs about a pound, compared to the 6 or 7 pounds that the sealed lead acid batteries weigh. It's amazing how light.
That's the one you had in Marconi Park when you
Yes.
did your video.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alan did a video on YouTube for when he on field day. There's a small park in Somerset, which is kind of close to where Marconi had some of the footings and antennas from
the New Brunswick station.
The New Brunswick station way back when. So Alan was over at the park doing working QRP on different bands, using one of them batteries.
So they're definitely the future then.
They're pricey. Okay, and I learned later that the one that I have is not a deep cycle battery. It's an engine starting battery, like the motorcycles.
Okay.
So I wouldn't get the full 7.5 hours out of it, but I used it for 2 days, and I never had to charge it.
So according to this, you get 90% right out of the first.
Yeah, but the deep cycles you'll get more out, and they weigh a little bit more than the starting battery that I have, but it's about half the size of the sealed lead acid battery, 7.5 hour, and 1/6 the weight.
So I have this little article. I'm going to give it to Marvin. Maybe what do you want to do something?
I got one off. I got it off Amazon.
And how much
What's the price of admission on one now?
The battery that I got was about $75.
Ooh.
So I said the price.
Yeah, it is a little pricey.
They're 3 to 4 times the cost of the sealed lead acid, but they weigh 3 to 4 times more.
Yeah.
Is this BioNO company
Charge
the only
that many
one?
more times.
Yeah. That's as Richard said, I call it LifePO. Li for lithium, Fe for iron, PO4 for phosphate, lithium iron phosphate batteries.
This BioNO is the only company making them?
BioNO is they're one of the bigger ones. The one I have is actually made by Battery Tender.
Okay, good.
So the same people that make the little battery tender things to maintain your car
The
batteries.
motorcycles,
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, it's just something I picked up and I said, well, this is pretty
Yeah,
neat.
they're really cool.
Yeah.
It's pricey but cool.
I mean, it's the future with our electric cars and all that. It's the batteries that are holding things back. So they can really produce something out of batteries now and perspective, that's great. All right, next, wow, Sunday, July 17th, Sussex Ham Fest, right? Last day of the year usually. How many guys are going? All right. Okay. For those who haven't gone, it's pretty much for us, it's about the best ham fest around, right? And yes, it's gotten smaller, we know that, blah, blah, blah. It's, I've always enjoyed it. And it's not that far either. It's right out in the country. You get to see cows and horses and pigs. It's great. Okay. All right, I just, let me tell you guys about a book I just finished reading. And it's all about you guys, in fact. And the name of the book, the title of the book is Jump. And it's called Jump by Alison Stewart, Digging Through America's Love Affair with Stuff. It's a great read. I think most libraries will have it now. This one's overdue. I'm going to give it back to my library. But I'll just read you the jacket, and I get a kick out of it. I heard this Alison Stewart being interviewed on the radio, so that's when I went out and got the book.
This is the same Alison Stewart that was a DJ on radio?
Yes.
It is?
It is.
Oh, okay. Oh, Alison Steele, okay.
No, she was on MTV News.
Okay. Different Alison. That's what I thought.
Alison Stewart.
I know Alison Steele, though. She did on the NJARC. Yeah.
All right, I'll just quickly read this for you, all right? Who doesn't have a basement attic, closet, or storage unit filled with stuff too good to throw away? Or more accurately, stuff you think is too good to throw away. When journalist and author Alison Stewart was confronted with emptying her late parents' overloaded basement, a job that dragged on for months, it got her thinking. How did it come to this? Why do smart, successful people hold on to old Christmas bows, chip knickknacks, VHS tapes, old radios, books, and the like? She discovered she was not alone. Jump details Stewart's 3-year investigation to America's stuff. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Stewart rides along with junk removal teams from around the country, such as Trash Daddy, Annie Hall, AUL, and Junk Vets. She goes backstage to a taping of an Antique Roadshow and learns what makes the compelling junk-based television with the executive producers of porn stars. And she even investigates the growing problem of space junk, right? 23,000 pieces of man-made debris orbiting the planet at 17,000 miles per hour, threatening both satellite and human space exploration. But it's not all dire. There are creative solutions to America's overburdened consumer culture. Stewart visits with Deron Beale, founder of the Free Cycle Network, an online community of people who would rather give away than throw away their no longer needed possessions. She spends a day at a repair cafe where volunteers tinker with and bring new life to broken appliances, toys, and just about anything else. Stewart also explores communities of tiny houses without attics or basements in which to stash your own stuff. Junk is a delightful journey through 250-mile-long yard sales, which you know about in Alabama, Georgia, packed with packed yard sales and pack rat dens, both human and rodent, that for the most readers will look surprisingly familiar. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And also in the book, she does not refer to us as collectors. She refers to us as acquisitionists. Acquisitionists.
Hey, Rich.
Yes, John.
There was no mention of cats in the description there.
There was what?
There was no mention of cats in the description there.
So, anyway, we're all part of this book. So it was a good read. It was fun. Especially thing with the space job. Okay. Anything else in... Yes?
Just a reminder that DVHRC is having the swap meet and tailgate auction on Tuesday evening, 6 o'clock to be there, 7 o'clock for the auction.
Oh, tell us,
That's in
going down,
downtown Telford.
how big, what happens?
Well, we usually have an auction, it depends, we've had a high of 15 or 20 people getting stuff auctioned, sometimes more. Sometimes we get an estate there, no commissions, no fees, no anything, just come and enjoy yourself.
All right, great. Marvin, you want to say a few words? Oh. You forgot. Yeah. Come on up and say a few words. Marvin's going to say a few words about something he would like you guys to do for the club and for the Reflector. Mike's on.
Well, one of the problems I have with the broadcaster, one of the problems I have with the broadcaster is that I have to look for material every month. But what I like to do is establish a basis for permanent stuff, and the stuff I can depend on every month coming in. So one of the things we're going to have is a column about the museum, which Ray graciously is going to help me with, and just tell us the going-ons at the museum every month. And it's not going to be big, but just a column or so. And another thing I was thinking about to have a permanent column is My Favorite Radio. And basically, you know, you've got a radio at home you really like, you take a picture of it, you send it in, you write some words about it, why you like it, and if you're not much of a writer, I can always edit it, and I'll add some technical stuff to it, some historical stuff. But, you know, everybody's got Google, so you can go in there and get some more information on it. So, if anybody wants to do that, I really would appreciate it. Some of the guys on the board are going to start off, so maybe I'll do the first one, give you an idea of what I want. But later in the years, I'm hoping that these things will come from the membership. And it doesn't have to be like your favorite one out of all your radios, but one you really like and the reason why you like it. But all it involves, like I said, is just take one picture of it, you know, really good picture, JPEG, write about why you like it, a couple of sentences, maybe some history behind it, and I'll fill in the rest. And I'll be asked, you can send that to me. I'm in, you know, my email's in the broadcaster. And that would be really nice. So now I'll have a page I can depend on every month. And I don't have to start looking for stuff to fill it in. Because sometimes I put in stuff I really don't want to put in, but I don't have anything else to add to it. So, and that would be very club apropos. And you know, and some of your names would, you know, get distributed. And then just tell us what you got in your collection. So, how do you feel about that? You think you can handle that? That's not too much of a job? Just to take a photo of what you like, one radio, tell me about it, why you like it, and so on.
You ever consider my worst radio?
Yeah, you can do that, anything you like, you know, but just something that, you know, something that interests you, why you
Because I have a favorite and I have a worst in the collection.
There you go. Same, you know, that's a great idea.
That's two broadcasters right there.
There you go. Exactly. So maybe I'll start out with one next month to give you an idea what I want. A couple of guys on the board said they'll help out, but I really expect the majority to come from you guys. And it would be nice to get your name, and this is what you like to collect, and this is one of your favorite ones that you have at home. Okay?
A suggestion, so you know how the club does these show and tells?
Yeah.
Maybe you could modify one of the show and tells and have people bring in pictures of the favorite radio. And then that could be the basis of maybe several columns. That would be a way to trigger.
That would be a good idea.
Or we bring in a tabletop.
Bring in a table, yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't have to be something very, very unique or very
it's just why I like it.
It's just why I like it. I like this radio. I've got it in my collection. I'm going to keep it here. I don't plan to sell it because I like it. And this is why I like it. And this is some history behind it.
Well, like Charles is saying, why I hate this radio. I'm trying to fix it for years and I can't fix the damn thing.
Actually, you know, if you think about it, Marv has a good point. Because I have 147 radios in my collection. They're all over the house.
Oh, you know how many you have? I'm saying, but I have, that was my last count. But the thing is, I only play on a regular basis 2 or 3. Now,
Exactly.
why? You know, that's a good point.
Okay, that's about it. All right, thank you. So, heed his words and come up with ideas. Help them out. Mark does an incredible job as a broadcaster, and we can only be thankful for having him. So please, the least we can do is send him a few pictures. Okay.
I'll fix you up.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll fix you up in one of you.
All right, before we go to intermission, just to let you know, you see some very nice radios outside there. Those radios are from the collection of Pete Olin, and Pete is reducing. All right, he's let's say he's moving. Okay, so he's going to be reducing his stash. He is keeping radios for himself. He's keeping test equipment for himself, and he's very kindly, generously gifted radios from his collection to the NJARC. So periodically, you will see radios in the broadcast. They're listed in names with photos, and you will also then see them here. I can't say exactly what they will be, how many there will be. It's up to Pete. Okay. Within Pete's collection, there will also be what we'll call RTM relegated radios. He has some very exotic and good stuff, and if it can fit in our museum, that's where it'll end up too. And Pete is very happy to do that. So I just want to let you guys know that. All right, so let's have a short intermission, and we'll have sale of 50/50 tickets, and then we will have a wonderful presentation by Alan Walke that with Al, our own Al Clay's technical coordinator, and they've put together such equipment. Please, nobody's going to fall asleep tonight.
Well, I consider a talk a success if I don't hear it anymore after I leave.
Well, that's what we do.
No, we're going to have to break. We're going to break.
I think I turned it off. Yeah, you turned it off. You're going to sit over there, like in the third seat, so I can point this at that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe get Bob to go up here or something.
But I also have